Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. Hey, I thought we'd talk a little bit today about the connection between your body and the various tools that you develop in Tai Chi and your intent or your attitude to actually use those tools. This is a metaphor that I like. I'm sure I'm not the first one to use it, but we'll just use it again. And that is, I like to think of my body and my tools as kind of like my car or my vehicle, and my attitude or my intention as the key, like the ignition key. Put those two together, and then the attitude and the intention go along with the tools to do some kind of work or some kind of job. So if you think of in Tai Chi, you know, our motor is the legs. So if we're ready, it involves kind of settling into the legs a little bit. This is our motor down here. The waist is kind of the director, and then the arms are the extension or the expression of whatever energy is coming up from the ground. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube about combative attitude and getting yourself into the mindset where you can use your art should you need to use it. I recommend them. I recommend look up combative attitude, look up Richie Grannon's site, or look up the other guy, Lee Morrison, and Tony Blauer, and just some great stuff about the combative attitude, like what you have to do psychologically to use this stuff so you don't freeze up. But in Tai Chi we talk a lot about intent or intention, which is the idea in your mind that you have, that your body conforms to. I just kind of put them both in the same basket as the key. The key is what fires up the tools, right? So I think it's a good idea to keep the key near the tools, or to use the metaphor, keep your keys near the car. I think of it almost like my body is here, my key is right here in my pocket. So if I need to, I can just put that key in the ignition and then my tools are ready. What you don't want is to have the keys at home, or the keys a long way away, so that when something happens, you're like, huh? Oh, something's going on. I got to do something. Oh, where's my key? You know, where's my energy? You know, where's my key? QI or KI, but I'm thinking KEY. Where's my key to start up my car? On the other hand, you don't want the key in the ignition and the motor running all the time. If you walk around like ready to fight all the time and keyed up all the time, so to speak, it's bad for a car. It's bad for your body. It's bad for your adrenals. It's bad for your whole system. Plus it desensitizes you and you can't hear, and you won't get signals as well if your body's always revved up and always ready for action. Now if you live in a combat zone or in a very difficult neighborhood or a dangerous place, yeah, by all means keep the key very close to the ignition, because you might have to use it at a moment's notice. But if you live in a relatively safe place, keep the key nearby. I think that's a good idea. Keep it nearby. Also, I think it's a really good idea to use your imagination and imagine yourself in difficult or violent or just tough physical situations, and imagine yourself going from zero, like wide open, eyes closed, you know, open like you're floating in a hammock, or, you know, floating on a waterbed, or, you know, like an air mattress on a swimming pool on a nice summer day, and then all the way, dimmer switch that all the way to full on, and everything in between, so that you can practice going from here, casual to full on. And if you can dial that in a little bit and get to know what needs to happen. For instance, in Tai Chi, when I'm doing my relaxed open thing, for me to get ready, the first thing I do is I sit into my legs. Then from there it's coming up out of my legs, through the waist, and out into my hands, right? From here I'm not thinking hand, I'm thinking legs, hand. So I know that pathway, so that when things, if I have to do it faster, it comes to that place faster. I'm not a combat expert or anything, so don't laugh at my ready position. but the point is that whatever your tools are, whatever your level of intention, whatever your level of attitude, that you have them nearby so that you can put them together, should you need to, smoothly and easily. Ideally, you'd be walking down the street, something would happen, and you just dial it in. You might freeze for a second, but then you break that because you're used to that pattern. You know where to go in your body. You have that path from open and casual to full on ready. You have that mapped out. You've gone through it. You're familiar with it. So just a little recommendation to keep that on the dimmer switch. Be aware of the shades of tension between totally open and totally ready. Keep the idea that your attitude, your key to your ignition, your attitude and your intention are ready to be put into that, into the ignition, and your body turned on, so that you can, do what you have to do. If you have that idea, you don't have to walk around crazy and wild all the time and fired up and ready to get in a fight, but your tools are ready, and your key is ready to go in the ignition. You put them in there, and hopefully you'll be ready to adapt to the situation and be able to bring your tools to bear, whatever they are, whatever level you play at, to bring your tools to bear on whatever situation is at hand, and hopefully you'll be of use and be of some help. So thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing, subscribe to my channel or visit my website, GeneBurnett.com. Thanks for watching.